Oh. Yes!
Continue, please. So, I believe last time I beat that weird guy in the torture chamber thingamajig, and then I... Has that chandelier always been crooked? I think I came back here to talk to people because I was feeling kind of late gamey. I don't think I'll have too many more chances to talk to people. We certainly saw some quest chains kind of wrap up. Oh, I can make weapon lacerating instead of radiant. I didn't realize that was a miracle or a holy radiant thing to do. It seems like bleeding weapons seem to be pretty prominent among like holy options. I'm a little low on fire salts, aren't I? Well, ignite salts are similar enough, I guess. It'll have to do. Okay, what was I doing? I'm wondering. Hey, good evening. Thanks for stopping by. Did I get a remembrance when I beat that, like, Hollow Knight memory thingy? Oh, a pendant. Reduce the mana cost of channeled sorceries and aura sorceries. Okay. Didn't find any new rings lately. And let's see, I still have these fleshes, the Adir Worshipper Saw, damage standard, Stoneman's note. Yeah, I was following Stoneman. I want to remember if there are any remembrances that I haven't checked the items for. Let's see. Let's find out. Okay, Tancred's still the most recent one. And I still remember that. How are we doing for our stockpile of vestige seeds?
I serve.
I can't see how many are in my inventory from here.
Until a chosen
I feel like I might
bearer of
need
the lamp.
more. What are we at?
Like you, I serve.
Okay, well, if I haven't checked, I'll just buy a couple to be safe.
Chosen bearer of the lamp. Like you, I serve.
Yeah. All right. The save points, or the umbral seed beds, have been getting more dense lately, so good to have some of those. All right. So we've gotten to the Abbey. Right. We'd gotten through the Abbey to the Empyrean, and that was our stopping point, was basically when we first encountered the Empyrean. I think I doubled back and did like a little bit of looting around the Abbey. But here we are. Looks very final zone-y. I guess there's one more thingamajig for us to get at back there. Not one of those. Nice some health in that. There might be something else around here that's aggressive to her. Stamina's a little low. Let's see. I'm trying to take in everything all at once as I come into the area. Make sure I don't miss any offshoots or anything. But I do have to respect these lasers. It prevents me from exploring neatly for a while. Oh. Some kind of archer over there. Good. Okay. Looks like this enemy is probably the same as the boss. Loosely. She's less flashy about it. Okay. I'm not used to this attack pattern just yet. Just have very persistent attacks. Critical. Okay, now I can maybe look around me a bit. Not openable. Rapturous Huntress, Abyss Chalice. Got an Umbral return point, but I haven't seen an Umbral interactable that I really want to mess with yet. So... Ambush stuff? Ambush? About to come jumping out at us. Really feel it in my bones. There's no false ladder there. Ah, there's a walking path of some kind. Looks like it's probably interactable over this way. Or through this building, maybe? Got moths all around. Oh, this is more structure, less flesh. That's a remembrance. Couldn't tell from the coloration.
You know that better than anyone. I've tried for so long and in so many ways to make these people see that what I do is what's best, not just for this kingdom, but the whole world. I know Adir and the Rogar better than anyone, and they have the temerity to question me, to condemn my action. I wonder what you'd say to me now if you could. I miss your wise counsel, but your presence still brings me strength, and that's what I need now. The strength to do what must be done. I will protect them, even if it has to be from themselves.
Sounds like somebody was going a little crazy up in here. Okay. Got one of these. Kindly give me my withered health back. Let's take that on the nose. Come on, lock onto the right thing. The lock-on is very easily distracted in this game. It's one thing I found over the course of the playthrough. Oh, we might be on the clock for this. Seems like this retracts. No, not him. That. There we go. That's what we came over here to do. return to Axiom. You are real. And you have a friend. It's just like the boss fight from before. Syrian church key seems useful. There's a lot of these. Okay. These guys can contribute to each other's fights from very, very far away. I really don't want to have to fight all these enemies. Can I actually drop aggro like that, or will they come around at me? Looks like they can affect through the door. Let's see. That's no good. Ow. Where do we put this key to use? Anytime it gives me an option on interact instead of just interacting, it gets interesting. There has to be a reason for it to do that every time. Hate this. Dodge too early. Wrong dodge pace again. I'm assuming that these guys in other places don't have the resurrect each other trick, unlike the boss. So I think I'm gonna have to kill these two in here so that I can explore. We gotta go past the laser witches too. Man, late game enemy varieties that are not bypassable. Eh. As almost every enemy variety we've been running into of late can teleport and follow us. Why do you have even lower health this time? Also, like, wow, your attack pattern is so annoying. I guess the game might as well just tell me, like, use spellcasting or lose. Right? That was weird. She kind of disappeared in a no animation fashion. Okay, so that can't traverse up anything. So that will swing around her. gonna create a massive floor area that I can't stand in while I've got another projectile going on. My attack didn't interrupt her. Can't fight her. How dare you be a melee character? Don't you know this is a spellcaster's game? At least her, she really respects the terrain. I do like that. We're almost certainly just gonna die for mishandling this area. Look, I'm like, I want to kill you, but every time I go to this enemy... Hey, glad to catch you, Brixham. Oh, come on. Figuring out how to cope with some somewhat new enemy types. This one's the same as that last boss I fought. I keep thinking I can slip that attack and respond, but you can't. Okay, so she can do the fence thing. Okay, so I was able to get her, but now we've got the guys inside here, which I'm almost certainly going to get killed by again. Alright, I need to figure out a cleaner way to kill the stuff on the way here. That's okay. Okay, so even these basic versions have the paired health bar situation of the boss, but they have less total health, so they can be dealt with a bit more easily. Alright. Yay, killing enemies with Umbral Jank. It's kind of the name of the game. If we could find an Umbral flower bed, that would be great. 'Cause we're in an area that looks kind of like this. Like... Pretty sure we're running up on the final confrontation soonish. Umbral Jank. There you go. Well, that looks suitably epic. Ah! Judge Cleric, I presume. Oh, funky.
Aberrant child, you will know peace.
You a little crazy. Like, you really pretty crazy. Yep, Judge Cleric, the Radiant Sentinel. Tall lady. I'm guessing that has a local pulse. It's just a buff, okay. Okay, I should have seen that coming. Ouch. Okay, she gets an extension. Little fifth hit nonsense. Oh, that wasn't a grab. Cool. Get out of that. It's gonna keep happening. Got it. There's a decent amount of time to run out. That one's a classic round AoE. Dodge roll that. Started screwing up my parries along the way. Sheesh. Human enemies not human sized. Yeah. I think it's for clarity. Like, it's so much easier to see what she's doing if she's bigger. Give me a soul. That'll get me to see second phase, presuming there is one. That was a cool fight in either case. Ooh. So is this the reality of what this person is now?
I will incinerate your soul with holy fire.
Oh, we get to kind of see her at her peak and see what she's fallen to. That's sick.
Slowly blasphemer!
Judge Cleric. Okay, similar moveset. I need to not get caught up in some of her, like, phase 1.5 junk. Some of the AoEs and stuff caught me off guard. Yeah, no, I'm digging the design. Alright, let's retool some equipment a little bit. I still like Exactor Dunmire's ring. The Ring of Gnawing I don't think matters here. I'll take Holy Defense, seems good. Although I'm guessing her first phase is probably Holy and her second phase might be Fiery. We'll start up with the Holy Ward and the Ignite Salts. So I'm thinking Holy Ward, Ignite Salts, and then in phase 2, we might want to try Fire Ward and our regular buff. So that buff has, like, a local status effect, but not damage. Well, take a smite there. Bummer. I took one extra swing there that I couldn't actually afford. She decided not to go into her, critical animation, which I don't appreciate. There it is. She was supposed to do that a second ago. So got that. Got the fire ward. Bit late. Ah. Got a little exploded. Bad heal. Yeah, she's doing fire and ignite in the second phase. I want to be away from that. Oh, it's that kind of attack. It's closing in. Interesting. It does have a finite reach, though. We got a camera effect. Tells me that we're going to have a lot of AoE nonsense. The camera zoomed out for me. Yeah, we've got a bunch of floor bullshit to avoid there. Okay, now we're back to the fight, regular. Ow! That hurts so much. I'm kind of getting the flow, though. Every time she gets to 50%, she's going to do kind of a desperation style thing, and we need to respect that. But yeah, phase 1 holy, phase 2 fire. And I'm guessing she has a weakness flip, but I'm not sure. Yeah, back to the fight. I mean, she's going to be using nastier attacks at that point, so... Cinematic segment. She's not supposed to catch up with me during that. It's bad for my health. Missed that dodge. Oh, I misread that. You buff, I buff. Oh right, her buff ends like that. Mine doesn't. Cinematic runaway segment. Yeah, I'm assuming that Phase 1 is legitimately how she was at some point in time. Miracle parry. Not on purpose. Good lucky stagger there, because she got the bleed effect on her. That was the one that killed me before. I had more health this time. Back in the runaway. I need to watch that I don't accidentally corner myself. That's the attack that killed me. That's what it looks like from far away, I think. I was a little greedy there. I forgot the wave closes in. Oh, you know, I bet the runaway is tied to her having that thing on the ground back there. So maybe it's stoppable if you pop that scepter in the floor. Oh, whoops. That'll drop me once. Actual superpower is iframes? Yeah, no joke. That's it for you. You got a third phase? I have a second phase. You smack me down, I get back up, I recover all my health. What else is second phase? All right. The Thorned Chalice. I got another achievement for finishing an NPC storyline at the same time as killing this. I'm in the Umbral, what am I doing? I was checking to see if there was a remembrance associated with her that might give me more insight into her mindset, apart from like, nah, she just went crazy. Is that the Iron Wanderer? What are you doing here? No, that's not the Iron Wanderer. That's Judge Cleric. Just beaten up. No one can fight an idiot who can shuffle to the left and become intangible. So Judge Cleric survives the fight, and you can talk to her about it. Oh, there's a remembrance in there.
Make your cut, Ermengarde.
This has not been the case for anybody else. Okay, so she just remembers, like, empowering the beacon once upon a time. This would be the last beacon to cleanse. So, this is Judge Cleric watching over this beacon that's very clearly, like, messed up. I'm guessing that they just cannot see the corruption of the beacons, cannot perceive it. Why is it that the lantern is able to cleanse the beacons might be an interesting question. I mean, there's a ton of lore to unpack in this game, and it does seem in order to read a lot of lore entries, you're gonna have to do multiple playthroughs and get your character stats up very high. Oh, was there one left? I guess I've got one more corrupted beacon. Nothing to say? Okay. 2, 3... I thought there were only 5. Because I can see 5, like... I can see 5 pinpricks of cleansed light in the sky. But it does look like there's a dark one over there. Maybe there are 6 total. There's a bunch of moths in the umbral around the beacon. Huh. That's definitely saying something. Wait, you can show up in this boss arena? Get out of here. Loser. I guess this is how we walk back out. Different spot. Anything else back here? The enhanced holy grenade. Not leaving behind any important lore, am I? Alright. Let me warp back. Yeah, well, I mean, we've got a very clear 3-faction split between that which is Radiant, that which is Umbral, and that which is Infernal. I would guess that Umbral is kind of a trump card that's able to just mess them both up.
That stuff, when I was at Iron, I lost this, but now I wish I could say the same.
Okay, I expected more commentary on taking out Judge Cleric.
Ah, you again.
I don't think I have any upgrades to lock in. Oh, maybe I do. I have enough currency to do some upgrades. Oh, I found a couple new shields. Let me read the lore on the new items I found. The lore that I can see anyway. Sin Piercer swords we've been collecting for a while. Sanctified Huntress Spear. During times of greater subtlety among the Hollowed Sentinels, when the precise elimination of an instructive individual was deemed necessary by Judge Cleric, was assigned to a Sanctified Huntress. Sanctified Huntress Shield, same description. Shield of Piercing Light, a unique shield carried by a Hallowed Sentinel whose name was expunged for reasons unknown. Okay. And the Moonlit Emissary, in honor of Menesil, a god typically associated with the moon. Though based in distant Walusia, peaceful Menesild worshipping religious order named the Crescent Host sends a representative to Mornstead to present the cleric with the shield as a token of friendship despite their differing beliefs. Huh. Yeah, when her name is Judge Cleric, I think she has a name that was kind of referenced in some of the remembrances we found. It's a little weird. We did find the Abyss Chalice, a radiant catalyst that starts at B- scaling, might have a lower default spell power. Requires higher radiance baseline. Putrid Child Catalyst. Seems like it has slightly better scaling than the Nohota Effigy, but the Nohota Effigy has a much bigger baseline spell power. Yeah, Lord Barescu's Catalyst still appears to be the most impressive one I've found, with its double C+ scaling. Ugh, looks horrible. Greatly decreases an enemy's damage output while increasing the damage they receive, and transfer to another enemy as long as the curse remains active. That's pretty cool. There's a lot of really interesting ranged weapons and thrown weapons. I'd love to play around with these more in another run, but I do get the feeling that while you're doing spellcasting, this stuff is a little harder to play with. So you want to do this on a run where, I mean, the vast majority of these thrown weapons, all the thrown grenades, they don't have any scaling factors, so they can fit into any build, theoretically. But if you have like magic equipped at the same time, you can't. You'd have to go into the start menu to change off magic. So you're either doing magic or you're doing some of this junk. But there's a lot here, and I think that's cool. Armors. Okay. Got the Church Keep. I believe I've already used it. The Remembrance of Judge Cleric looks like a withered sunflower. There came a day when the gifted warrior priestess Isel decided she had been living a lie, cast off her crimson attire in disgust, and swore to put an end to Adir's rule or die in the attempt. A Hallowed Sentinel Chalice. A few of the oldest recorded sources concerning the judge's uprising against Adir, such as the Book of Justice, erroneously declared Judge Cleric to be male, a falsehood which gradually faded in time due to her ongoing prominence. Huh. Let me check what the remembrance is giving me. And then I need to figure out where it is that I haven't gone. Where I need to go. We got the Radiant Church, the Empyrean Church Key is the only thing I've gotten. Yeah, I'm gathering then that she was probably originally an Infernal Priestess under Adir, and then, like, snapped out of it and flipped. She's gotta be pretty old. Judge Cleric's Radiant Sword, Judge Cleric's Spear, Judge Cleric's Corrupted Sword. It has scaling in all 4 attributes. You can get her uncorrupted armor, her corrupted armor, the Briarstorm spell, the Corrupted Banner Javelin, inflicts physical and fire damage, and Pyroclastic Stone, which is the one she was doing with that sweep, I think. I'll buy the Briarstorm. Why not? I'll buy a few more of these Radiant options. I think I can actually use that one. Flesh Tide. The Hushed Saint has... that's Umbral. Spurned Progeny, Super Infernal. Got it. Okay. I don't have too many NPCs left that I can talk to for guidance. They seem to be falling off. Let's see here. I want to get my Radiance up to 35 to be able to use some of the strongest stuff. And in terms of my Radiant sorceries, Radiant Slash has been a big bummer. Not really working super well. Okay, Blessed Reflections is more expensive than my entire mana bar right now. Crazy. Divine Arms can be used. I noticed some of these have a green mana cost like they're discounted. I'm not sure why. 'Cause I didn't think I had anything equipped that would provide a discount. Maybe the catalyst you use has something to do with it. Let's see. Let's throw on Radiant Guardian for now. Oh yeah, I had meant to upgrade my catalyst a bit. Whoops. Already spent all the souls, all the vigor. Well, I'm guessing that phase 2 is what she's fallen back to looking like, and is probably reminiscent of her original self as a deer worshipper. But I do believe that the phase 1 is an entity that she was at some point in time when she originally overthrew a deer and founded the Sentinels. Okay, so I don't know where to go now. Do I have any journal maps that might give me a hint? Yeah, Mornstead is showing me distinctly just 5 of those. I think one of those is pointed towards the church. Okay, when I look at it like this, I can understand which part is Skyrest Bridge, which part is the Frozen Fief. The Abbey that I just dealt with has got to be that one on the mountain on the left. Then there was something in Calrath. Maybe the Frozen Fief is the one in the southwest there. No. The one in the southwest is definitely the swamp and that thing. Okay. So yeah, the Calrath one is the one in the lower right. So basically, attached to Upper Calrath is like a 6th location. Does that match with the way I actually moved through this? Because I think I moved from Upper Calrath to the Manse, which then connected to this stuff, which I would presume is on the right side. Yeah, it does look like a lighthouse on the left there. Let me see. I'm trying to think if I did cleanse a beacon that was at the top of a tower. You know, I think the one on the left that is at the top of the tower was the Frozen Fief one. So the Frozen Fief beacon was at the top of a tower that was split. But that might be the one that's in the upper right. It's hard to tell. I think that was the one that was in the upper right. And then the one that is... Yeah, I think the Frozen Fief is the one on the center left. And the upper right is probably the one we just dealt with. Top of the cliff to the right of the title. Oh, wow, okay, yeah, that is a super distant lighthouse out there. Huh. Funky. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the Fief of the Chill Curse does end in that kind of tower. And then you go through the Belled Rise to get to the Manse. Tower of Penance behind that, the Abbey. Okay, so... Which one of these is the Belled Run? Well, that was all kind of near Skyreach and such. I see Lower Calrath is the part in the lower right that's on fire. There was the beacon that was in Calrath. I feel like we're going somewhere attached to Upper Calrath, is my thought, but it might be like 3 zones removed from this. The fact that it zoomed in on this only after I had beaten... Huh? Well, that's different. I guess we have to... Okay, so something has changed in the overworld. Did these always have a red light in the background? So if I step outside here, will I be able to see the nonsense? I guess I'm going back to Calrath. And the backtracking is part of the challenge. Okay, that's the direction I need to go, effectively. There's gotta be somewhere closer than inside the Leprosarium. Because, let's see, didn't I get here through the manse? Was the manse directly connected to Calrath? Well, this is a pretty good vantage, in case. But I think the area that's my destination is, like, obscured by a lot of this stuff. So I gotta backtrack a little more. Yeah. Got to the manse by taking this upward route. It seems like we're a lot further off, actually. Just trying to remember what was at the far end of Upper Calrath. It might be that the Abbey is my best bet to get back there. Or not the Abbey, but the Leprosarium. Because then that would be just turning around and leaving. Might put me there. Okay, right. The manse was the offshoot from the Belled Rise. Okay. Yeah, just take me out, buddies. Like, deal with it. Okay. By my own hand! Yeah, because this is just attached to the Belled Rise area. Alright, so that was after... So I did a lot of stuff between this. Okay, so the spot that is blocked by an umbral entity is, like, if I were to go up into Calrath from the mines. Yeah, I think the Leprosarium is probably the closest thing. It doesn't feel like it should be, but I think it is. Because this is like coming back down the mountain. In effect. Don't really want to fight you. Pretty sure I entered the Abbey through this way. Oh no, this was the kitchen. This took a special key. So, it's through here. Excuse me, guys. I am seeking to make haste. That killed the time while I was waiting for the elevator. Okay, so this was a down elevator from somewhere. There are a few different NPC quest lines that I think I didn't finish up. I never, again, met that dude with the fake lantern. Oh, well, this is just still attached to the friggin' Abbey. How did I actually get here? Wait, if I want to get back into Upper Calrath, the fastest way is definitely through Skyrest Bridge. I'm being foolish. Let's just go back to our hub and step outside. So I forgot. Calrath is just the east from Skyrest. Can I see the spooky thing if I step out here? No. I think that is the northeast. Anyway, oh, hold up.
You, with all the assistance I've given you so far, it's time you returned it. I was minding my own business by some barbarian with a hammer. He fled when he saw he was not. Only now do I must have dropped my book of lead. I won't have proof of mine. Find it. Come on, get to it.
Some guy with a hammer, and I don't already have the book? Too bad, buddy. You know, if you didn't move into a really weird spot, I might have found you a while ago and been able to do that. If you had a description better than guy with hammer, I think that would help. I am the man with the hammer. Okay, so we've got the location where we fought Paida, and it's specifically on the other side of this. Let's just make our way like this. This is different. Huh. Guy with hammer, you say? I feel this remembrance I don't think was here before. I guess the Iron Wanderer has cleared everything out. The Light Thief, the Light Thief. Yeah, that's right. He hasn't showed back up.
You'll have to do better than that if you want this lamp, coward.
He tried to steal the lamp from him.
I warn you.
Well, there's his lineage book. Eh. In that case, I'll use this to bring the lineage book back. I did feel that the Iron Wanderer is a bit of a loose end plot point. And yeah, the Light Thief is also a loose end plot point. I had expected that to show up by now. Here you go, idiot.
Ha! There it is. Well, you perform. In fact, I'd be glad to fight alongside. It's the least I can. Having a decorator is no small.
I guess he's available as, like, a summon to help with bosses or whatever. I don't care. Back to where we were. These enemies are still a pretty low level. I'm going to use these as I go because I don't predict having that much more use for them in any case. And I don't know when I'm going to run into something suddenly dangerous. I ran into something suddenly conversational. Hey, what's up?
As you can see, I'm a man of my word. For honor. As you can see, for honor.
Okay, sure. You just watched me be attacked by some stuff, but I'm going to let that slide. We're still heading that way. Got it. Through this courtyard.
As you can see,
Oh.
I'm a man of my word.
Oh, he's forced to show up. He's in despite me not actually, like, doing anything to call him out. I mean, if he's not already dead, I don't see him. Where you at? Ow. Okay, so he has 1, 2, and then like another one. Oh, good lord. It's below here. Is it even in the same... How am I supposed to fight you if your empowering thing is under this grate? And I can't leave the arena? What is up with this? Can't walk out through there. That is a good question. Why does he ever get off the invulnerable dragon? If I grab your soul, can it deny the protection? Seems like it's a no. So I get grabbed. That's kind of cool.
Disappointing.
Grab right.
Pathetic.
I guess I'll give it a college try with him regenerating. Since I can't remove this without leaving the arena.
That's all.
How very few Knight of you to be like this. Alright. Okay, so now I can, like, do the fight for real. I'm assuming this is the one where he actually sticks around. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mr. I'm gonna help died immediately. Which is pretty funny. Thing is, too, I've been through here before. And I feel like the thing that's obstructing me now did not originally exist. Not 100% on that, but yeah, I've totally been in here in the Umbral, and that body wasn't there before. Yeah, so now I'll be able to have the fight. And it doesn't force me to do the fight in the Umbral, so it's just kind of an annoying way to do things. I understand you've already, like, rematched this guy twice before, but you also need to have this forced loss. Okay, it's not down there yet. Got a little tagged by that fire. The fire from this dragon's actually pretty polite in terms of its mechanics. Those are like moral support hits. Oh, he doesn't actually have the benefit this time. Cool music for this. Very epic. Oh, that's the grab. All right. Yeah, it's a bit of a nuisance tax. Okay, so I was aiming my parry for that attack around his right hand, but his left hand is stabbing me a lot earlier than that. Time to go for real. Oh. Please don't unlock me from him. Oh, he's just doing dragon stuff, isn't he? Yeah, okay. Very polite dragon breath. The camera handling is also very polite for this game. Okay, the dragon leaving while his model stays there is probably not intentional for a bit of that. But for every boss attack that has been like a big, you need to avoid this thing, the camera's been zooming out almost every time, and that's awesome. Knew that would have a wave attached. Game's consistent. Attacks are getting cooler. That one does not have a wave at the end. Oh, he's calling the dragon while he's doing other shit. Sweet. Oh, I should have blocked that. Blech, I got a little cooked. So, block stun from floor-based effects is something that I would like them to fix. Like, if I'm holding block and I happen to be standing on a magma after effect, I shouldn't actually take block stun from that. It's kind of lame. Oh, I thought that was him running away, but he's actually dead. So is the dragon, like, attached to him? Yeah. Nice. I mean, honestly, fighting him was fun. I wish they had done a few things differently about the presentation of it. And, that sets us up for... Is that... One of those has got to be the bad beacon I just can't see. That does deliver on this area being boss-coded. So I might have been able to see this coming if I had thought about it more. We'll get the Radiance to 35. It seems like a breakpoint type of thing. Although I am largely not using these spells. I'm regretting going into spells instead of just using thrown weapons in many ways. The buff magic, though, is sick. Like, the amount of damage I'm getting out of that is crazy good. Looks like we're just going this way, and I'm guessing something new has opened up. I think I've seen this one before.
Demented cretins! Do you
Yeah,
really
already
think
seen
you
this
can
one.
do this to me? I'm the real
Yeah, the
power
idea of an
at the
enemy
heart
that's
of this
pursuing you
kingdom.
is a good MacGuffin. I mean, it's really worked well for the Resident Evil series in literally every game they've been making for a very long time. 'Cause, I mean, everything since RE7. Oh, not these guys. Emerge from Umbral so I can burn to death. Oh, I burned to death before I could finish from emerging from the Umbral. Oh no, I didn't? No, I did. Okay, yeah. I was almost there. These guys who walk up at you and explode, I do not like that it is a zero animation explosion. There needs to be some kind of signifier that they're gonna pop so that you can dodge out of it. Like in Dark Souls 2, all the guys who explode on you, they do a dive, so you can recognize what's going on. But honestly, I should have just, I could have just slept at the seedbed, and I wouldn't have these problems.
I have a destiny to seize, and that lamp is the
Seriously,
key,
buddy?
and you're in my way.
Really? You smoke bomb to the same location. Okay, I thought he might have a parry mechanic going on.
I gave you every chance, peasant.
Yeah, okay. This is the most obvious turncoat ever.
I gave you every chance, peasant.
I have to respect his dodge stance, or his block stance.
I gave you every chance, peasant.
It's a poison sword, no. Oh, no, he's throwing poison knives at me. He's breaking my lock on with a smoke bomb, too. I should have had that block, but I released the block button, and releasing the block button prevents you from re-blocking for a moment. So you can't, like, do a parry fish spam. mean, if this is here in this arena, I think I can cheat an extra life. This is funny. Very unnecessary, but, you know, I'll cheat on this guy.
You pig-ignorant little wretch! Who do you think you are?
What a loser that guy was, right until the end. So we got his sword, we got his ring. What's his ring good for? Grievous strikes deal additional damage. Okay, so its criticals do more. I'm gonna get all my Sanguinarix charges back. Because that guy was actually statted, like, by a lot. Ooh, a TTRPG with an enemy that's always pursuing you? Maybe. Am I going the right way? No, it's this way. Yeah, and this is getting back to where the vestige would be leading me. The vestige would be dropping me here. So that's now covered by a thing. I want my vestige access back, so I'm going to go into the Umbral and solve this. Yeah, it's just right up there. Board of jerks, just there to give me a hard time. Let's do a quick rest to get me out of the Umbral. So this spot on my left here, well, that's still covered by a big, like, sooty, weird mass. Is this actually key locked? No. Okay. Ooh. Sound looking all eclipsy. So I can't get through there.
How much death is on my hands? I'm eternal. Come on, while your life is nothing.
Everybody coming out of the woodwork right at the end. I do not understand why we are fighting. You want to take a moment to explain your beef, and then we can keep at it? Cool music, though. Pretty slow attack patterns here. And that one blocked me. I get the feeling I'd be in trouble if I were trying to dodge away. Buff. I think that one actually missed because I was too close to him. He might have a dead zone immediately adjacent to him. Hammer problems. Yeah, this is a lot harder if you're further away from him because you stop being able to see. This game has had an absolute fascination with, like, attacks that leave behind a spot on the floor that explodes a moment later. We acquired his hammer and the Rune of a Deer at long last, which seems to be a somewhat sinister artifact. Andreas of Eb's Book of Lineage. The Rune of a Deer, ancient artifact created by a deer. Increase your Inferno to gain insight. Remembrance of the Light Reaper, a rusted and broken lamp. We got the Light Reaper's Umbral Parasite. Don't know what's up with that. And Light Reaper Flesh. Okay, so we've acquired the Rune of a Deer, which sounds like the kind of thing we would want to have if we were doing an evil playthrough. How do I get into the spot behind him, though? Because I think I still need to get in... Oh, okay, we have an interaction. I'm not even sure how we are now able to do this, except that apparently we can. So, there are no further foreshadowed entities, unless, like, a deer shows up, but the whole point of the game was to keep it sealed. So, I don't know what's up with that. The rune? Oh, yeah, the Rune of a Deer is probably enabling you to get through this thing. I just think it's not super well explained. Well, we have visited all of the areas in the game according to a little Steam achievement that just popped up. No, you don't want to talk. Not one of my little NPC friends. Door, and I'm on the wrong side of it. I can see the lock mechanism that they've been using to indicate that. Gotta throw in another one of those guys right before the end. Can't wrap up the game while we still got a couple of unused guys. Can I just walk across? No? Okay. Well, okay, so the door down there that I can open doesn't have a strong purpose. doesn't do enough to get me anywhere. Yeah, so by being down here, we're able to see what we need to interact with. Okay, I get it. Oh, well, you. Sure. I would like for those dogs to have just one other attack. Just anything they ever do that isn't the flamethrower would be pretty cool. Is there an item in here? Smite salts. There's a kick ladder over here. Executioner's Axe. Yeah, items this late in tend to be like New Game Plus options. One of those accidentally scatter behind him? There we go. Oh, Damaros. Definitely using some skills in common with the Iron Wanderer, but I expected her to be a pyromancer. Oh, our two skills are doing the same thing. That's funny. Hers seems to last longer, but not attack as often. Looks like that variety attacks when she launches a heavy attack. Oh, wrong button. Ow. I'm on fire. Well, she's selling me on pyromancy. else. Okay. Yeah, I figured that might get me. All right. Overtime. Got her in the last inning. Damarosa's Cleaver and a Vestige Seed. That ought to clear our way to get in here. Or not. Oh, I guess actually we have to continue over this way. It doesn't have umbral flowers. There are no umbral flowers over there either. I'm just gonna press on and hope I find umbral flowers real soon. Ooh. It refuses to lock on to the Saintly Quintessence. Pretty par for the course for the way the game handles locking on to anything ever. But there were also some other interactions with Demaros that I wanted to see, because the Umbral thingamajig wanted us to, like, plant a parasite seed on Demaros, presumably posthumously. I presume that much, at least. Here, finally. I guess we'll get some upgrades and then rest. Can't go wrong with Vitality. It's either that or upgrading the Catalyst at this point. Oh yeah, you. Can I just not with you? Let's find out. It's the fact that I can't seem to have an interaction with that makes me think that I'm, like, off path for whatever that would be. And that's just the way it is. Okay. Well, let's come up here now. I'm gonna try to get the Quintessence despite the face in the way. And of course, we can't lock on to shit. Dead in two. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I have to fight this thing. Because the lock-on mechanic. You know what else? I feel like this is done on purpose. I feel like those things are placed there with the intent of preventing you from looting the chest without doing the fight. And there are so many other things that could be done to do that. Like, I feel like that is not the design mechanic that you want to go for. That guy's not such a big deal. That enemy type, with the stat disparity right now, he's more annoying than he is dangerous. It starts up immediately, even if it has no like, actual targetable targets. Missed that one. Okay. That one actually went down without too much fuss, given how those normally go. Wait, do I only come up here for the Saintly Quintessence? Oh, I guess this isn't the route. I guess that makes sense. So, what then? So, we came over here. We had this fight. I feel like my goal is to get through this door, but there's nothing interactive to do that. Oh, this is something. I guess. Map of Bramus Castle Barbecue. Right. I guess this was the spot where the vestige was going to be. We're getting vestige seeds about as quickly as we're using them at this point, with all the bosses that keep showing up. I have no qualms about getting my resources back. Very funny how often my progress has been stymied by like, failing to see a door. Try and proceed with the minimal amount of stuff to deal with. I feel like I've dealt with enough stuff. Maybe we're heading up here. No? Okay, so what does this actually lead to? Can't get through there. Okay. Yeah, this doesn't look traversable. Yeah, I'm just not very engaged by this at the moment. Like, I just want to know where to go. I'd prefer to not have to kill 8 like kinds of guys that have been killing for a long amount of time. But I guess that's where we're at. So, like, how do I get through this courtyard? Where's the exit? Kinda wanna just do like a new build and check out other routes of the game. Okay, so we come into this area. It looks like we've got an exit along the left that we need to wrap around to. let's just explore umbrally from the get-go, so that I can see whatever it is I need to step across. Because I didn't see any moths. It was confusing me. Yeah, still no moths. Just a couple bonus corpses. I really don't want to fight one of these. Because they do shit like that. Okay, so it was too big for me to back roll out of, and big enough that my, like, stand-up roll put me in the burning field. Nothing there. Don't care about souls or currency. I'm certain I'm a high enough level. Okay, so given the flow of this, it's all magma. Yeah, I feel like I'm supposed to be going this way. Okay, I guess I just have to fill everything so that I can find some weird inane pathway somewhere. Okay, so I can see a thing over there. Yeah, knock me into magma. Okay, so we get through the first area, then we umbral shift, then we can see a couple interactables. I had a similar fatigue point like this when I was playing Lies of P. But in Lies of P, there were a lot more enemies you can actually run around and like meaningfully get away from. It's very difficult to evade enemies in this game. Most of them you just have to fight. Dealt a rude amount of damage. Set me on fire. Oh, they're powered by a thingy. And this guy, I guess, showed up. Where are you from? Where's the thing empowering them? It's one of those that has a long range for no real reason. For no discernible reason. Probably wasn't still linked to them. I'm dead again. This makes me do the opposite of lock-in. I'm zoning out. Spell sucks. What's a good spell? Let me try the Smiting Shield. There you are. That's lackluster damage for what it is. It wasn't too expensive, though, so I guess we can keep using it. Walk button. That's what I wanted to do. You... Maybe the Radiant Shield is chargeable. I think it's either chargeable or it boomerangs or something like that to make up for the fact that it's not super damaging. Excuse me, buddy. It's a little rude. What are you attacking? Way over there so you can shoot at me? Come on. Pretend for 2 seconds that you're a melee enemy. Thank you. There. Oh, got it. I'm surprised I haven't had to use the Umbral to walk through fire before now. At least I don't think I have. Maybe I have had an area where I need to do that. You're a mimic. I wonder why that's there if it's not walkable. So it's certainly giving me some grief about attaching to that. Okay, yeah. We slow down, we unpack the area, it's not so bad, I guess. How do we affect that thing? We have to jump to that, maybe? Is there any angle we can affect that from? I get the feeling that it has to be extended for that to be walkable. How else do we get over there? Grab this. Can we affect that from over here? Oh, it's way too far off. So I need to come back through here. Still too far away to get a lock on that. I see. You go through this way. Wrong button, but whatever. So there's that. And then we can do this. This. And we're through. Alrighty then. The Infernal Slash spell. Possible equivalent to Radiant Slash, but I've been very unimpressed with how Radiant Slash works. It seems to me like most of the spells people actually cast, since all the spells compete with one another, seems like most of what people cast are just whatever's brutally powerful and like buff magic. So they'll have like buff magic and their most powerful thing, whatever that is, which is maybe a bit of a shame. Maybe they use a bread and butter spell when they're clearing, if you're focusing on that build. Got a kick ladder. I believe this is going to my still active seed bed, so I will rest here. Yeah, I'll have to wonder how people do builds in this game. When I look at ranged weapon options, it seems to me like, you know, you should be doing either full Radiant, full Umbral. I guess it's probably popular to do, like, quality with a weapon enchantment. Weapon enchantments seem to be very efficient for damage, and there's a lot of quality weapons on offer. They're like quality caster weapons, which is already kind of nice. I think this is the direction I was going. Yeah, almost certainly. Get down. Yes, this is an elevator? Where's this take? Got a little distracted during that fight by a spam pop-up thing through the auto moderator. At least this one got filtered. Okay, yeah, this will probably save me from a modicum of walking. I've got the seedlings to spare. Okay, this is on the opposite side of the first room I saw. Yeah, I needed that dog dead so that I could actually fight this guy. Almost blew it on him.
It soothes him having you near, and I know how exhausted you are. This sickness...
Can wait. The situation with those fanatics is precarious, and every day it seems the knife's edge on which mourns dead breasts becomes...
So the Iron Wanderer, I think, is affected by the Rogar corruption.
It's not weakness, Bramis. You know that.
My love, please. Not now.
King Bramis. I'm trying to figure out if this is the same king from the Fief. He certainly seems similar in stature. The law of conservation of detail would tell me that it's the same character. I gotta say, my next run is definitely gonna use a two-hander one way or another. Maybe like two-hander and spells. I'm tired of respecting enemies because they can poise through my attacks. Charred letter. Okay, just as much of its text rendered illegible and need Inferno to read. We're just setting checkpoints willy-nilly. No need to stress about it. It's over here before I keep going. Skin Stealer. Right, Skin Stealers have this weird issue where I can't, where for some reason after the parry, I'm too far away from them to attack. Fire salts. Looks like we... something back here. Oh. Right here. Is there anything interesting down here? Is it death? It's just death. It's just a spike pit. I just wanted to check. Hey, Ian. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you could enjoy the stream. I think I'm towards the end of the game. I think. I've been a little bamboozled because I thought I was in the last area when I booted up today, and we're like 2 areas beyond that now. Right, anyways. Oh, so we got something there. I see, so that'll get me access to a ladder, but only once I've done this. This is my first playthrough, so I'm doing a pretty bog standard build. Got like a Strength Radiance blend with Holy Weapon, and not a whole lot else going on. Wait, why did I want to come over here? Ah, I see. Come over here to get this last thing. And that should open the way forward. The game does have a tendency to make you platform, but the platform controls are pretty responsive. I haven't really had an issue with it. That was a lucky catch on him. Our Umbral Eye Socket dodge mechanic did a lot to him. I guess Umbral Eye Socket isn't correct, it's an Umbral Eye. We have sockets for them to fit in. Is this a boss? This looks like an infernal version of the Abyss type of thing. Very far off effects. Ow. What? I'm not sure what hit me, or how that worked. I was like running into something invisible for a moment. Come on. Cut it out with the fire. There's 2 more dogs? I thought I already killed 2 dogs. Okay. You found an intriguing spot to stand. Oh, I can't quite get that to land. Just apply a fire ward and try and go at this guy. Okay, substantially fairer than the Abyss, so he didn't, like, randomly teleport away. Okay, so he was actually blocking the way forward. Okay, before he fell down, I didn't even see all those tendrils. Those should stop being rigid when he falls over. Oh yeah, enemies just slinging stuff at you forever. I'm cool with them having as much mana as they want, as long as they have fewer dogs. I'll make that trade. Like, yeah, sling spells at me all day. Don't throw more dogs. There's a lot of items over here. Do I care? Not really. I'm at the end game with a fully upgraded weapon and a bunch of other stuff. So this is not an Umbral slide gate. I'm already in the Umbra. Let's see. So the fact that this is blocked off by those crystals makes me think I might need to kill someone to get through there. Oh, cool. Vestige of the Bloody Pilgrim, you say? Is a cliff. Understood. How are we proceeding? I guess we are going through that route that has all the items over here, because I can't see another way to go. do feel like I should have constant fire ward in this area as well. And a relentlessly useful kind of item. Oh, I don't think you could jump over that much. Caught me there. Just wanted to get a little closer here so I can dodge without falling in lava. I don't know how that hit me. I mean, I understand I stepped in a tiny amount of magma afterwards. Alright. I mean, I knew I could have rested at the vestige to prevent that. I didn't want to respawn a bunch of junk. Don't jinx the dogs. They are everywhere. There's always one around the next corner. If I say, please no dog, every time I say, please no more dogs, the developers retroactively add more dogs to the game. They knew. They knew exactly what they were doing. Throw a couple buffs on, recover. I'm not sure if I actually need to get through this guy. It's possible I could just go to the left, and maybe that would let me proceed. Bringing up an effigy. Gives me a moment to deal with this guy. I took the effigy's AoE effect. I'm taking a ton of wither health when I block that. Smite effect. Please die. Got him. Paladin's Pendant. That seems noteworthy. We're dealing with like a cat. Oh, that's probably obviously it's a pendant, right? Pendants. Paladin's Pendant is not a pendant, as a matter of fact. Understood. Inflicting burn simultaneously inflicts ignite. That's pretty cool. Although I don't know the difference between burn and ignite. I think ignite is the one that does a singular damage pop, and burn is the one that does damage over time. Oh, the Paladin's Pendant is not a story, is not a quest item. Is it a catalyst? Maybe. No. Okay, I'm confused. Maybe it is a plot item and I just overlooked it in the menu. My brain is trying to reconcile that. It's not a ring. That would be confusing. And yeah, the Paladin's Pendant is definitely not a... Oh, no, there it is, there it is. It just didn't get the new item highlight. Increased strength and endurance. Cool, I get it. Like assess what he's gonna do in between those to make sure he doesn't use poise to stab me. Real wall, real wall. Explosive bolt. Very late in the game to be getting additional build options. Yeah. Hey, what's up? Feeling very flashy and jumpy. I don't blame him. If I was dual wielding axes, I would probably want to be doing exactly that. So we've got a couple umbral things around here. We've got a flower bed. We have way too many seedlings to not use this. And then I have a remembrance that is up there. Looks like I have to get around to that. Whoa! Bit of a jump scare, bruh. There, I finally got the timing correct on that. Still close, and another one was underneath me. Cool. So many floor zones. Just want to be able to stand where I'm fighting. Or, you know what? I want to have an attack that makes a floor zone under an enemy for once. That's what I want. Turnabout is fair play. Okay, this is spiraling off in a lot of directions. We're looking for a royal key. The first thing I want to do is find out how to wrap around the other room I was in. This looks like it. Okay, cool. It's got a ladder kick. And shift to see this remembrance.
Let us hurry, Your Majesty. I can take you beyond the castle walls, but then I'm afraid I must return.
She tried to flee with the child.
You've already done more for Edivar and I than I can ever hope to repay, Fitzroy. Thank you.
Oh, Fitzroy.
And the prince are not away.
We know him. He's got a whole gorge full of mimics named after him.
To carry out such a heinous act.
My husband.
Now, Fitzroy's Gorge didn't have as many mimics, I think, as the Frozen Fief. I just ran into them all. You just go right for, like, 3 different annoying get-off-me attacks. Like, hello, thank you for playing. I will now do the stomp that requires you to back up, no matter what you're doing. And then I will summon the buff bot that gives me some kind of buff. They love doing this stomp. You know, I would love doing the stomp too if every time I used a regular attack I got parried. Okay, so we've got faded out grate over there. This is conspicuous. Chest with a lot of upgrade materials, so we could use that to get our catalyst closer to being maxed out. We've got the attention of some kind of caster. Let's slip on through here. Smoldering ring, okay. Probably really good for infernal type stuff. Thank you, lock on. I absolutely wanted to lock on to the enemy I couldn't even see behind the very deadly firecaster. How did you know? I'm almost dead. I burned to death. How would I live without the lock-on mechanic locking on to exactly the wrong enemy every single time? Okay, So, we've got a lot of ground to cover through there. We want to kill that fire guy in the back of the room. I haven't really gotten my bearings in the room either. We can climb up this ladder to skip ahead. So we've got this spiral staircase here, and then we've got... Okay, so if we go down that staircase into the main area, we'll kind of be a sitting duck for the spellcaster. What is up here? Classic dog Viking crap. Good synergy. Viking's best friend. That is not a real ladder. That is a decorative ladder. Shrunken skull pendant. Pendant incorporating a small skull bearing the mark of a deer. Fully charged ranged attacks deal additional damage. Okay. Interesting. I mean, there's a lot of interesting amulets. Some of those are kind of gameplay changers. It's like that one that lets you cast using withered health. This is the one-way door. No, that was the Regal Key door. Okay. I'm guessing that our Regal Key might be behind Caster McGee. Also, we might need to kill him to remove some of these crystals. Okay, so this is the Rogar. Didn't quite have the ability to bail out to a parry there. Oh, that actually hit me. I didn't think I was in range. You're done. Okay. Doesn't look like there's anything I can tag to get my withered health back before I come around and try to take out this caster. Okay, I see that spell is built around, like, conjuring things that all target in towards the center. If I'm not standing in the middle, I probably don't even have to dodge it. A Rogar Heart, that's new. The elevator show up in the middle there. Something's gonna happen. I was making the whole thing shake. Room is unsteady. Breakable, cool. Thought it might be. That is openable. That is a flower bed. What else we got? Heavenly Vials. You know, I have not used any Heavenly Vials, despite them being the most powerful curative in the game. Did a little shuffle step too early. Your dodge does have more cooldown in this than it does in something like Bloodborne. So the game is very... You have powerful defensive options, but they're not as powerful as the defensive options in Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3. I have to play with it a lot to, like, have a good opinion on the frame data. I'm like, okay, you know, this is really favorable frame data to the player, but it is committal. You have to get it right. The game doesn't want you to guess about when to do stuff. And I respect that. You shouldn't have to guess. Most of the stuff in the game is pretty well telegraphed. Just a matter of, can you deal with it all at once? What do we have here? Oh, wow, another one. I'll take it. If this is not the last area, I'm going to be in shambles. I'll have to buy so many more seedlings to make up for just, like, using light candy here. Oh, I'm Indian. Okay. Let's not be. You've been oddly quiet. Oh, there's a, okay. There was another Viking in there. What the? I found a ledge. I found a ledge. This is why we're using every single checkpoint. Things can go wrong really fast. But this kind of setup, if all of these checkpoints that I'm setting were actually bonfires, we very much have, like, the Dark Souls 3 Lost Izalith setup. Is it Lost Izalith? The ice city that leads into Anor Londo? Because I think that area was phenomenal. You're the one I didn't see before. Still hit me. Just make that a little smaller. There's no universe where that spell's worth using, is there? Maybe if my radiance was 50. Die. No, we still managed to preserve ourselves. I don't know if that's a good use of the Sanguinarix. We should probably just let ourselves fall to Umbra in a case like that. The resources are in shambles after that horrible, horrible fight there. Okay, so there's a path around here. What are we doing? Naturally. That was like on cue. That's a mimic. So the thing about the flame breath is from these dogs, in most configurations, it's basically unblockable and it's undodgeable. Got a bit of a texture issue there. Wait, was this whole area a freaking offshoot? Are you kidding? Where do I go? So this didn't lead to anything. It's just like extra stuff. Didn't I come down into here via this? And then what? Did I Through here. Okay, yeah, I knocked this down, and I went back in there. Wait, is this area just a punishment for falling in that pit? Oh, goodness. Okay, so what's the correct direction? Where are we supposed to go? Pretty much out of mana. Is it through here? This is probably the way to go. This is a backtrack. Now we've got this gate open. Re-equip my walking around items. Okay, so we got mana restoration back online again. Not sure how helpful that's going to be. Okay, so we took out that guy. Okay, so the red crystal that was blocking this is gone. Does that change something back in the earlier part of this? Oh, I really want to fight you again. Problem with me hitting frequent checkpoints is that I'm frequently resetting enemies. That. Okay, got it. What's the flow of this? So, you come over here, you kill that caster, it opens this direction, you open the shortcut. What's next? Do you open the shortcut and then come back over here as if like, I just killed the caster, so I would head over here, then this is open. Let me replace this. I think I had this one set up before. Okay, and then you would go through here. I guess here. Is this part of the bookshelf not real? No, that is real. Okay. Another sorceress. I don't have the mana for my buff. Seems to be insistent on standing in the doorway. You know, it's a funny thing. I think I'm very accustomed to the under-designed aspect of late Dark Souls zones. By the time I've played the Dark Souls game, and I've, like, tagged all 4 or 5 of the whatever MacGuffins, I just want to go fight the final boss and be done with it. And final boss zones in these games, I feel like I probably need to get up on that walkway. How are we getting up? I still haven't found the royal key for the central staircase or whatever. I did hit, like, a lever. I don't know if that lever did anything. So it was this lever over here. Okay. That's what we're working with. Got it. Don't look away when you pull levers, I guess, is the lesson. Okay, if you don't want to play, then just come over here. You go up this ladder. Staircase. So now, the staircase is connected to this, which is an open door. Yeah, okay. I know where I'm going now, so it's not a big deal. Just take a dab here. If I'm not in the Umbra, I can see how to fight that room. This is just quite the endgame slog. How many of these guys are gonna follow me? Well, I guess it doesn't matter, because, that's not a viable path. Neither is that. I gotta run better. Cool. I love randomly exploding. I can't cover that gap. Maybe I should be using that as a checkpoint. This enemy is a zip code away behind a wall. Yeah, I need to relocate my, spawn in. This is too much to run past. Just to get to here. Okay. Hopefully some of the enemies who I've got the attention of are gonna tether. The number of times I fought one of these guys in that exact, like, wall lock situation is crazy. Lord armor. Alright. No butterflies, so I think it's comfortable to say that there's not something on the base there. Oh! Watch out for that attack. Okay, so the caster downstairs still seems to care. Ladder kick. Some fire. I think that ladder goes to my current spawn. It's pretty good. Run across this. I see there's a moth thingy over there. forgive me for not doing the requisite amount of streamer yapping. 'Cause I do just want to get through this area, and I do have to focus a bit to try and make that happen. Okay, so I still can't open that from this, because that wasn't a one-side door. Okay, maybe it's related to this area over here. Oh, well, it was just right there. That works. But I see that there's something over here that could get me a quintessence. Just short of the critical before. You. Alright, so what's going on here? Point there, and then... Okay, so... Can I get to that from this area? Can I walk through here? Okay, I can kind of jump for it, but I'm a little snagged. Doesn't seem right. Okay, that's walkable. Got it. Pull this over. And we can pull this. Well, that was neat. Oh, yeah, so that side still doesn't work. Even though it really looks like it should. You still have to go around the other edge. Both of those cases, you can just add a little more geometry or a little less. It'll work better. I feel like some segments of the game are under QA'd. Because something like that seems like a simple fix to me. Where it's like, okay, yeah, just go over here and tweak the geometry a little bit. So that the... so this is easier for the player to walk, so that it looks more, like, visually appropriate. Because if they had just, like, had a bit more railing there, I would not assume that I could jump over that. Okay, I live with 1 health, so he got to hit me. I'm in shambles right now. Okay, so I think it was I run across here, and it was at, like, the far end of this hallway. Oh, that, my, spiritual thingamajig is not supposed to be able to hover in midair like that, I don't think. So every other case where I've taken a falling death, it's successfully been on solid ground. I got hit stunned there. Smite. But the fact that I'm able to open this isn't the most important thing, because I need to go the rest of the way up the stairs now. From what I remember. So, if they could add another lever to manipulate the stairs into the middle of this bridge, that would have been really cool. Okay, I got locked out of the critical. There we go. That might be my simplest feedback for the game, is critical detection needs work. Like, that should very actively snap the character out of animations. From what I can tell in the game, like in Bloodborne, you might want to do something other than the critical hit, depending on your character's like build and level. When you get somebody into that down state. In Lords, if somebody's in the down state, you just want to critical them every time. I think overall, I would refer to this as a better game than Dark Souls 2. Really hard to beat Dark Souls 1. It's mechanically better than Dark Souls 1, but the layout of Dark Souls 1 is just, like, absolute peak. And certainly this game has what I would call a, like a messaging or visibility problem in a lot of cases. It doesn't seem like it's a priority for them to make things clear. And there's a lot of cases, a lot of rooms and situations where, like a lighting change, adding a glow or some sconces could make an openable door more obvious, or weird things like that. There's a lot of cases where I've gotten stuck because of inobvious doors and ladders, which is not a super satisfying reason to be stuck. Yeah, okay. Messed that up. Oh, we got two. In that case, I need you dead. Shot me. I took my eyes off him for a moment. This is a good, like, endgame gauntlet enemy layout, though. Just like, okay, yeah, just two instances of a very challenging enemy. And it's very reasonable, because I'm using a one-handed build. Very reasonable to be able to kill one before the other one gets in your way. Him. Right, that hits on the way up. Oh, yeah. Frostbite salts. Well, that's probably useful in that enemy type. Not entirely sure. Looks like we've got a royal bedchamber kind of thing going on here. Okay, looks like a very cool puzzle to get an item down there. Swaddling cloth from the crib. Lord mask from the bed. Charred painting. There's a lot of great storytelling going on in the game, both like environmental and through items. Lord's Bite, close quarters weapon design in honor of Adir's Rogar Lords. Oh. The Rogar Heart is an Inferno Catalyst. Nice. Okay. Let's see. We've got a few more Inferno spells. The ring, the Smoldering Ring, increased resistance to burn. Oh, that's the resistance. I could have probably used that. We got the Royal Key, partially melted key. Very few of his subjects saw beneath the stern visage and commanding presence of King Bramus the 17th. And fewer still would have guessed how much strength the formidable king drew from the love in his queen's smile and the innocence in his infant son's eyes. An old frayed blanket, no further insight. Okay. Alright, so I came in through here. There's a way out through there and over there. Let's take a quick umbral trip over here. See if we can get the item hanging out in that crystal. Sate my curiosity. Okay, that's not super useful, but it probably just exists to show me that this is pathable, right? So I can get over here. Fork in the road. I don't like unclear road forks that are also, like, behind and part of a secret. It's kind of a pain, right? You're like, okay, now I need to check this and make sure I don't accidentally go the right way, and then backtrack it. Clearly this was the bonus direction, I think. Okay, well this leads to checkpoint, so we'll do that. Maybe means that this other one is progression. That's fine. I feel like I'm dying every 5 minutes. This is a tough configuration. I gotta think about how I'm gonna address this. I think we probably just rush down the caster and try to make him die fast. Wasn't this way, so this way. Going down. Yeah, took this guy just long enough to get involved. getting a bit of weird interaction with the stairs. Stomp doesn't have a discrete range. Shoot downhill just fine. Okay. That's all she wrote for you. Might as well grab that back. That was a lot of items. I don't really care about leveling up anymore at this point. Ooh, this looks like something. Did you put a boss arena behind 2 raunchy enemies? Wish you wouldn't. What have we here? You got a lot of hands. Ah, I see this. So the king is not the Iron Wanderer. This is King Bramus. This looks like a big old shrine to a deer. Sundered Monarch. We're in the Umbral for the fight. Just gotta deal with it. You know, if I didn't have to fight you and I could just walk past, that'd be great. Are you gonna get up and fight? Probably, right? If you just want to be sad, that's cool. I feel like he just wants to be by himself in his misery. Yeah, that'd be the first boss I fought that requires me to attack them first. And it won't let me walk past him. Is there a gesture in my inventory that feels like it would be relevant to this? Like, hey, buddy, that's too bad. Pledge to a deer, Orion Vow, Dark Crusader's Challenge. Oh, I can't use it from the menu here? I guess that's not viable then. I suppose we have to fight. I missed my parry there. Yeah, okay, we tag him a couple times, now he'll get up and do the actual boss fight. Rogar corruption has progressed. Is he gonna try to beat us with this statue? That's awesome. Just the head, eh? Okay. My buff wore off while he was being melancholy. Oh, he tore the swords out of his own back to attack. That's sick. Looks like being close in is a really good idea. Oh, that got me. Need to be careful about the health, because we're already in Umble. Okay, so he gets, like, little barbs on his arms. So that attack still hurts. Dodge timing didn't seem to work there. I did get a smite off. 4 attacks. Nah, and that killed me. Alright. Probably figured out enough there to go back in for it. I think I'm really looking for this to be the final boss. Just finished up the scene of Dune Prophecy. So I made it through Castle Bremis. Some parts of it were kind of cool. Some parts were kind of annoying. It looks like I've got... Oh, actually, wait. This connects out to the bit with, connects out to the Remembrance, I guess. I didn't notice that. Oh, is it because I was in the Umbral that I couldn't see that? Maybe. So, it looks like I am up on the big boss of this place, the Sundered Monarch, which appears to be not the same guy as the Iron Wanderer, so that is not what I thought. That's a mimic. I want to look over here since there appeared to be an item, but it was just bullshit, of course. Let's get back into this fight. I'm guessing this guy's going to be already pissed off every time we come back now, right? I'll let the cutscene play out again. It looks like a pretty cool design for this dude. We're definitely seeing more of what this Rogar corruption stuff is. Doesn't look like this guy has grown any extra hands. I think he has taken hands from people and just kind of, the hands they look like they're pierced and they're kind of hanging. And we've got a very Adir worshiper looking shrine up in there. He does seem to like them. Yeah, he won't do anything until we attack him. And I've skipped the transition cutscene, but you can get the gist. He rips the head off the statue to start attacking us with it. I dodged into that a little bit, I think. I actually got hit when he pulled the statue back a little bit. Dodge early. Bigger range than I thought. I missed that dodge. Getting a couple hits before I burn to death. We solidly got him into phase 2. I burned to death here. I'll let that through the auto moderator real quick. Yeah, he's got some stapled on hands. I think I'm gonna try that anti-burning ring that I found. Probably mitigates a lot from him. We seem to be getting set on fire a bunch. I don't think he's missing an arm. He just, like, one of his arms grows huge during the cutscene. I'm not going to use the Exactor's Ring for this. Let me see. So... we fire and wither defense, but I don't think we necessarily need those. I think I just want to do... what do I want to do? Physical health when health is high. I don't know if that's going to be super good. Posture and poise when health is high. Flasks do more vigor, stamina and stamina regen. I mean, let me just do the fire defense. Skip that. Yeah, you can see he's got 2 arms, but his left arm isn't that big before we tick him off. When we piss him off, one of his arms grows huge. Oh no, his right arm is missing. So it's the right arm that, like, grows up a bunch of stuff. You're right, you're right. I guess, I thought he had arms, but one of them was just a stump. Yeah, he does have a 4 combo with that, ending in the slam. It's so delayed. Rebuff. think I understand what to do about that attack. I got set on fire and then some. Might be able to take him out by going pell-mell at this point. Alright. He doesn't seem like he would have another phase beyond this. Yeah, okay. He still doesn't feel climactic. Remembrance. I'm gonna rest here and get my Sanguinarix charges back, unless something, just in case something like suddenly comes at me. I might as well get the character upgrades too. Why not? I think we do plenty of damage at this point. Your perception stat is impeccable indeed. Hey, you catch this stuff. Yeah, I mistook which of his arms he was messing with. We have here the throne. Oh. There are kind of, sunflowers at the Queen's throne. I wonder if that's, like, hinting at something, but I don't think, Judge Cleric, I mean, I feel like it would have been more obvious if he was married to Judge Cleric. That is weird. I look upon you with...
I look upon you with pity, my lost child.
It's voiced.
For you have been deceived and enslaved by forces who regard you as nothing more than an instrument through which they might enact their blasphemous will and prevent my rightful return. They speak of light while offering you nothing but blindness. Weak hypocrites relying on the malignant power of Umbral. With one breath, then decrying it with another.
He is correct about all of that stuff. But I think he's also probably a jerk.
They brand me evil, a tyrant, and yet I offer you something they will not. A choice. Reject the fanatical crusaders and the deranged servants of the self-proclaimed judge. Dismiss all of their false dogma and the torturous mission to which they have bound you. And only then will you know freedom. And if you would hear it, the truth.
Okay. This seems like it might be going towards more of a climax. That's true, yeah. Could be that she was the head of it all and then broke away. The timeline is unclear to me. Ooh. The gravitas of some of these things is a little undercut when the textures have to pop in. Is this a deer? Yeah, you could do a loading bar before the cutscene. Adir the Bereft Exile. This looks sick.
Why do you refuse to open your eyes to their manipulations? To millennia of shameful distortions of the truth? For eons, I stood as mankind's guardian, shepherding them with wisdom and love. Yet in return, I was betrayed. Those three power-hungry malefactors who declared themselves judges...
Guys, like, lay off. I'm trying to let the boss talk.
...against me, and waged a terrible war of needless slaughter. The judges and their crazed followers butchered those who remained loyal to me. And when I created the Rogar as a means to put an end to the madness, they too were no match for the heathen forces. In the end, even I fell. Although the judges found themselves unable to kill a god, despite their best efforts. In a world left blackened and corpse-choked by their crusade, the judges banished me to this barren realm, which has served as my prison ever since. Meanwhile, mankind set about ruling themselves, free from the divine oppression of which they accused me. And yet, how little time passed before the judges themselves were raised to the status of demigods. Because of worship, their real ambition all too clear. Yet an outcome, the people deluded themselves into believing a triumph. How much blood has been spilled in their names since my banishment? Far more than was ever spilled in my name. And now, all the time mankind have had to shape their own destiny.
This is a really rough Moose fight.
War, greed, hatred, suffering, chaos. They believed they were capable of guiding themselves.
So many fireballs.
Mistaken.
Yeah, this is very, very similar to Mother's Lull.
Now more than ever.
Gods, is this place punishing me for not being a ranged character?
Where are they? What of Aureus and the abhorrent umbral creature? They are cowards, hiding in foresight and obfuscating shadow.
Aureus and the umbral creature, the mother, are both like Adir, like trapped in realms like this, aren't they?
With true words and open arms. For I love all of my children, even the wayward ones.
I need my Brio Stone accessible if I'm going to keep fighting through all this.
I look upon you with pity, my lost child. For you have been deceived and enslaved by forces who regard you as nothing more than an instrument.
Okay, you start on that
they
line.
might enact their blasphemous will and prevent my rightful return.
We have another guy to tackle? No, we got them all. I'm glad that our fight with the last guy is not a fight with him in all of his, like, big, glorious form. Because I didn't really want to fight another huge guy. I think it's better for this to be more of a ceremonial thing. The light of the umbral lamp knows no satiation, consuming even a god. That's why we're able to cleanse beacons. It's not because the light is cleansing. It's because the light eats everything. Aureus' will done by his heresy-tainted champion, rewarded only with annihilation. With renewed influence, Aureus unleashes his radiance to purify those deemed transgressors. In light, they fall. We've reached the Radiant ending. My understanding is that there are three endings. There's a Radiant ending, an Infernal ending, and an Umbral ending. And it's pretty interesting that the way lore is locked in the game behind each of these things, the only way to get all the lore in one run is to be playing Umbral. And Umbral also appears to be like a kind of secret ending that requires you to do some very specific stuff, or some very funky stuff. I know how to get the Umbral ending. It was mentioned in one of the tips of how to play or something. I forget where I read it. It might have been on a Reddit online somewhere, but I had to look up a couple things about this game, and I came across it, and I didn't look away or whatever. But the Umbral ending the Infernal ending is pretty easy to understand how to get. All you need to do for the Infernal ending is not cleanse beacons, and then after you get Adir's stone, you can tour around the beacons and destroy them or whatever, or corrupt them more. Yeah. But you play through the game pretty normally up until that point. You just don't use the interaction to cleanse beacons when you get to them. So an Infernal playthrough will be my next run. I'm gonna play I think I'm gonna do either two-hander and Infernal sorceries, or I'll do just two-hander and thrown weapons. The classes all seem to have fairly different playstyles and different favored weapons, and the class variety seems pretty interesting. And I also understand that there are 3 class unlocks that are tied to each of the endings, which is pretty cool. And honestly, the game also has some extra challenge modes and a built-in randomizer. So I see myself playing this for a solid 3 or 4 playthroughs before I'm anywhere near done. I don't know how many of those will be online. I think I'd like to get each of my core playthroughs done online. So I want to get each of the endings on stream. But I'm not sure how well I'm going to keep up with that. Yeah. So I think I will try and get each of those endings on stream. I might be able to get that done in January. I wonder where the studio's based out of. This looks like a lot of Indian names. Huh. It seems like they might this might be a collaboration between a lot of different studios. Yeah, because now they're going into... This is an animation studio that was associated with this and this and this and that. It's very Chinese. And then they have this is the Chinese animation studio. This is the Indian studio that was involved. This is the audio studio that's not part of it. Is this Italian? Or is that that might be Portuguese. Wow. Because these aren't localization teams. You don't have animators on a localization team. Environment artists, weapon artists. Yeah, looks like this is put together through a lot of different studios. That's so weird. I might have to look into the company and how they function. Wow, they have all the QAs? Wow. The full list of QAs is in the credits for the game? That's wild. I don't want to skip this. Sneaky box, infrastructure, artists. Yeah, it's like every single QA tester in a lot of places. Okay, these are localizations. Brazilian, Portuguese, Chinese, French, German, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Polish, Spanish, Ukrainian. Alright, yeah. I'll cut forward through the rest of this. Let's put us back at the title screen. You unlocked a new class, Radiant Purifier, a martial priest of the Church of Orion Radiance whose rigorous training in matters both spiritual and somatic serves them in unflinchingly cleansing anything deemed anathema to the Church and Aureus. An offense-focused class vulnerable to physical harm, but with a greater tolerance for magical damage. Okay.